Hello, I'm Dr. Peter Fawdon. I'm a planetary scientist here at the Open University. So the reason that we're interested in studying the planet Mars is because of the close similarities to Earth, and yet also the way in which it's so very different. Earth has rivers and seas and clouds, and Mars has some of these things, certainly has had rivers in the ancient past, but today it's so different. So the work we're doing here at the moment at the Open University is working on the landing sites for the ExoMars 2020 rover. So this is a rover which, launched by the European Space Agency in 2020, will be landing on Mars and will be looking for signs of life on Mars. Looking for evidence of life on ancient Mars is really a needle in the haystack kind of a question. And we can only go to one place with a rover, so we need to make sure we go to the right place. Now, choosing the right place is therefore a really important decision, and how we decide where to go is based on the sort of constraints provided by the engineers of where you can physically land the rover with all the equipment on board, and the places that you want to go to be able to look at the right part of Mars's ancient history. Now, from a scientific perspective, we want to go somewhere that's old, because the time in Mars's history when we think there's most likely been an environment which is sort of conducive for life to have got started or evolved and survived and leave some evidence for us to find, is the oldest period in its history, the Noachian. So the first thing we did is look at the whole planet and rule out places that aren't from this ancient period of time. Then also, we've looked at areas where there was evidence that water has flowed on the surface. So we're going to be sending the rover to somewhere where there's either minerals that are formed in sort of water, wet environments, or areas that are at the end of river channels, so places where there has been flowing water on the surface. The other important consideration is the engineering constraints. These are the sort of limitations on where we can send the rover based on how heavy it is and what its ability to be able to cross terrain is when we land. I'm really looking forward to 2020, when the rover lands and we get the first photographs from the surface from the PanCam instrument of the landing site that we've been working on for so long. That's when we will really start exploring, looking in the rocks for signs of life on ancient Mars and seeing what's around the corner.
If you're interested in our new live interactive science show, Exploring Mars, which looks at the surface of Mars and how we get there, then visit our website or connect with us through Facebook or Twitter.